What is up? And thanks for tuning in to the Life Unlimited Coaching channel. Today, I've got a good one for you. I titled this Specificity and why it's so important. And this came up because I was talking to a prospective client. And this stood out to me. And I've heard the phrase multiple times. I've heard it said multiple ways. I've heard statements like this a lot. And for some reason, the other day, it jumped out at me and I knew that I had to talk about it, okay? And so, like I said, I titled this Specificity and Why It's Important, okay? But it's interesting to me how often we think we know what we need to do, quote unquote. I know what I need to do. I'm just not doing it, right? I hear that all the time. It's interesting to me how often we think we know what we need to do in order to get the results that we want, especially when it comes to health and fitness. And from the outside looking in, I think it does seem really simple, right? And to a certain degree, it is simple. You eat the right foods, you eat those foods in the right amounts, and you exercise every day. Easy, right? Well, simple, not easy, okay? Because if it was easy, everyone would be fit as a fiddle, right? Ultimately, though, if you are not seeing the results you are wanting, okay, then whatever foods you are eating, in whatever amounts you are currently eating them in, and whatever movement you're doing is probably, unfortunately, not right. It's not correct. It's not getting you, it's not the right way to go, okay? Let me preface that by saying, if you have to give something 3 to 6 months before you can make any decision on whether or not it's actually getting you the results you want, okay? But ultimately, no one accidentally gets six-pack abs, okay? No one accidentally gets shredded. No one accidentally gets muscly. No one accidentally can lift world record weights. No one accidentally usually loses 65 pounds and then keeps it off long term. No one accidentally does any of those things. It doesn't just happen, okay? These things take precise formulas. Formulas most people have a hard time finding and sticking with without the correct structure and support in place, okay? So tell me if this sounds familiar. Janet pulls out some shorts for summer she hasn't seen since last year, okay? She tries them on, but she can't quite button them up. Shoot, she says, I guess I put on some weight this year. Time to make some changes. She goes to the Dr. Google, right? And she looks up healthy recipes and workouts for fat loss and finds lots of options for both. This will be easy, she thinks. So she makes a meal plan for the week. She sets her alarm for the next day. She starts working out 5 times a week, cuts out sugar, cuts out carbs, avoids eating out for about 2 to 3 weeks. And then the kids' schedule got hectic. They eat out. She misses some workouts. She makes mac and cheese one night, orders a pizza because #life, right? And then 2 more weeks go by and she's right back where she started and all the progress she has made went out the window. Okay? She had the knowledge. She had everything she needed, right? No, she did not. Not really. There was no accountability. There was no true structure. She was just throwing things at the wall, hoping they would stick, right? There was no grace in regards to a quote-unquote failed evening. There was no teaching, strategizing with someone outside the situation to help her find solutions, and so she quit. That didn't work for me, she says. But it's really that she didn't do the right work with the right formula. Does that make sense? Having real success, especially when your goals and the results you're looking for are specific, okay? They take a high level of specificity of the process too. I can't tell you how many times people tell me I've been trying to cut out carbs. I've been monitoring my portions. I've been eating clean. I've been watching what I eat. And I just haven't seen any results. But think of how vague those statements are. What do they even mean? What does eating clean even mean? What does monitoring your portions even mean? Do you know what your portions were like before? Precisely? and now you've cut them. You see what I'm saying? While the intentions behind the actions, they're good intentions, but it doesn't really provide any concrete results because the process itself isn't concrete either, right? They're haphazard processes. So boom, you're getting haphazard results. If you know how to make chocolate chip cookies, okay, let's use chocolate chip cookies as an example. If you know what it takes, let me put it that way. If you know what it takes to make chocolate chip cookies, okay, like you know all the ingredients, but not really the amounts to put in, not at the right times, all of that, then that would be one interesting batch of chocolate chip cookies. Maybe we should go something a little more complicated. Let's say cheesecake, okay? Have you ever made a cheesecake? It's not easy, okay? Not like a Jell-O cheesecake, but I'm talking about like a cheesecake, right? Maybe you know what it takes to make a cheesecake. You know there's cream cheese involved. You know that you have to bake it in a water bath. You know you have to cool it for a certain amount of time. Blah, 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 right? Maybe you know that those things have to happen in some order, some way, right? But you don't really know the exact process, okay? Well, how in the heck are you going to turn all of that knowledge that you just stated into a cheesecake? There's no guarantee that it's going to turn out exactly how you hoped, right? But if you follow a recipe exactly how it's laid out, whether it's chocolate chip cookies or cheesecake, doesn't matter, you usually get exactly the type of cookies or cheesecake that it promises to provide you. Interesting how that works, huh? So if you find a plan that provides actual structure, if you find one that literally gives you a roadmap to your destination, that's what you want. Okay, it's a lot easier to get somewhere you've never been with a GPS. I don't know if you've ever tried to find a house that you're trying to get to or a place without a GPS or a map, right? You may haphazardly happen upon it, but I really doubt it, especially if it's far away. If you have 120, 100 pounds to lose, right? Maybe you might haphazardly lose 10 pounds. That could happen, okay? But if you are 50 pounds or more, I would say even 30 pounds or more overweight, okay? And you have been trying everything under the sun, but nothing is working, you need direction, actual direction, not some detox, not some 7-day plan, not some 6-week plan, like an actual lifestyle change and a coach, okay? Because you can't haphazardly lose 45 pounds. It doesn't happen. 5 to 10, maybe even 15. But beyond that, no, you need you need a GPS, okay? You might haphazardly find your neighbor's house wandering around the neighborhood, okay? But if you're trying to go from California to New York, you probably won't be able to get there without a map or some sort of direction. Without a compass, without something, okay? Especially if it's a specific place in New York City. It might be helpful, okay? Just stop trying to get somewhere that you've never been on your own, first of all. Stop assuming that just because you know the ingredients to a recipe, you actually know how to make the result. It takes more than that. It takes specificity within the process. Hopefully this was valuable, and hopefully it created some paradigm shifts for those of you out there, because it hit me like a ton of bricks the other day when I was talking to this girl. How easy it is for us to get trapped in this idea that just because you know you need to eat lean proteins and vegetables and exercise every day, that you know what it takes to actually get where you want to go, okay? It takes specificity and direction. And it's okay to need help. It's okay to not know how to make chocolate chip cookies and to find a recipe that gives you exactly what you want. It's okay. I'm giving you permission to ask for help and to be okay in desiring it. Okay? Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I will chat with you all next time.